Hello friends, my name is Ravi Kumar Tanaji More, and today's date is 2 July 2022, and today I'm talking about uh, what is native query in JPA, and what is derived query in JPA. So first we will see what is native query. Native query refers to actual SQL queries in for means referring to actual database objects. These queries are the SQL statements which can be directly executed in the database using a database client. So JPA entity manager dot create new query and hibernate non JPA implementation. Uh, so session is no, sorry session dot create SQL query method. So how use native query how use native SQL queries in JPA. So first, so native queries, how to call native SQL queries with JPA and Hibernate. So first we define and executing native query, and second create HOC native queries, and create name native queries, and second is parameter binding, and third result handling, apply the entity mapping. Fourth is define the query space to avoid performance problems. Define the query space to avoid performance problem. And last one is conclusion. So activity on this post, I'm trying to understand why I have a native query that loads data and more data than a JPA 1. Yet the native query is much faster. So next is what is a derived query in Spring Data JPA. So Spring Data JPA allows you to execute different kinds of queries to retrieve data from the database. You can either use the method name to derive a query directly, or manually define your on JPQL JPQL or native query using the @query annotation. So a derived table is an expression that generates the table within the scope of query from clause. And for example, a subquery in a select statement from clause is a derived table select. So that's all about the for native query and derived query in Spring Data JPA. Thank you, friends.